Hello YouTube and welcome to Go Girl Gaming's Halloween 2014, and we are playing The Secret World. In our last episode we were attempting to start these scary stories. I tried to do the Ghost of Jack-o'-lantern, but you need 4 more people, or 4 people total, I'm not sure, in order to complete it. So I did parts 1 and 2 in the previous video, and I'm basically stuck because I don't have 4 other people. So now I'm at Madame Roget's because I figured she'd have one, and it is not a mission, so it's still devastating, so we may or may not be successful, but we have a better chance since I don't need a bunch of people for it. So the Gypsy's diary is this one, and it says, willing to help Danny, Madame Roget has written a chilling tale of a young Romaine girl and her struggle to deal with the paradox of knowing her own future. Take the story, read it, and then verify its authenticity. Tier 1. Willing to help Danny, Madame Roget has written a chilling tale of a young Romaine girl and her struggle to deal with the paradox of knowing her own future. Take the story, read it, and verify its authenticity. I don't know why they have to say that twice. Okay, so we're going to accept that. And then we're going to have a look at the Gypsy curse. The Gypsy's diary. Danny came by earlier with Carter. I did a palm reading for her, and the look on his face when I told Carter she would fall in love with a close friend. Teenagers. Who needs cold reading when you can practically smell the hormones? Anyway, Danny mentioned that he wanted to put together a book of stories, local ghost stories, and urban legends. I'm not sure it is a good idea. This island has a lot of secrets, and some of them are buried deeper than others. Still, I can't say no to Danny, and I have a story that I heard when I first decided to get into the palm reading business. It scares me because of the things that I can do, and lately the truth of those things that I see, especially the responsibility that comes with it. You see, history is written by the victors, and if time is a circle, perhaps the future is as well. My visions could be road signs guiding people to the wrong places, to Exodus. In the beginning, the family wasn't sure that they wanted to settle on Solomon Island. It's cold, complained the youngest girl. What does that say? I have no idea what that says. Jinfoy? Sin boy? I don't know. Papa, it is too cold. It's lonely, complained the mother, Kezia. Husband, it is too isolated. It's dark, complained the older brother, Honest. Papa, is too dark. Abraham, who was a good father and did his best to make his family happy, considered their words carefully. His mother, Eldaria, spoke quietly. The roots of magic have grown deep on this island. We will find peace here. Eldaria was a seer, and her predictions always came true. Abraham weighed his mother's words before making his decision. We are Romaine. Sinfoy? Jinfoy? I don't know. Our fires drive away the cold. We are Romaine. Or Romani? Kezia. Our family will drive away the loneliness. We are Romani. On us, our hearts bring the light wherever we travel. Mother is right. There is a great future here for us all. So they settled on the island, and in time grew to love it as their home. Eldaria eventually fell sick, and on her deathbed she called for the girl, Sinfoy, Jinfoy, whatever. Pulling the girl closer to her, she produced a thick, leathery diary from beneath the covers. This diary is distorted in time. Every morning of your life, when you check the diary, it will tell you the events of the day. Every night the same page will be blank, and you will need to write down exactly what happened. Sinfoy took the diary, running her fingers over the leather in wonder. Should I read it? Should I know? She asked. But Elderia was dead, and the question went unanswered. Time passed, and the diary came to be everything to Sinfoy. She read through the daily entry each morning and prepared herself for the events of the day. She knew what she was supposed to do, and she followed the script of her life. Every night she dutifully wrote down everything that would happen. When the diary told her that her brother would break his leg, she didn't warn him, and she didn't flinch at the news when it happened. The diary had told her that he didn't want to know. But when she came home that day, she found her parents gathering around her brother. His leg was broken, and his pelvis and his hip. He had been beaten, and sodomized by a group of ruffians from the town. Written across his chest in blood was the epitaph, Gypsy scum. If you knew what was going to happen, would you have told yourself? Sent a letter to yourself in the past, even if you couldn't change it? Sinfoy asked her brother, tears streaming at his pain. Ona shook his head. The man I was this morning was a happier man. Knowing this pain was coming, would just have robbed him of his happiness. I would never tell. That night, Sinfoy wrote only that her brother would break his leg and that he didn't want to know. Sometime later, Onus met the love of his life while getting a medical checkup. Life continued until the day that Sinfoy was performing her regular ritual of reading the diary to prepare for the events of the day, and she turned the page to the current date and gasped, shocked by the words written there. Today, Mother and Father died in the fire that burned down our house. This is the saddest day of my life. Distraught, Sinfoy ran immediately to warn her father. Confronted by his hysterical daughter, Abraham listened to her ramblings about his imminent death. Being a kind father, he honored her and spoke to his wife. Together they made sure that no fire or spark was lit in the house that day or night. All the while, Sinfoy clung to them, convinced that they would somehow find a way to burn and die before her very eyes. The night came, and they both still lived. Relieved, Sinfoy returned to write in the diary. But she hesitated. What if she had wrote that nothing had happened? Wouldn't the fire actually happen then? Had she prevented the fire by warning herself about it? Was the only way to prevent her parents from dying to, in fact, lie and write that they were going to die? She filled in the entry exactly as she had seen it that morning, but as time passed, Sinfoy began to lose trust in the diary. What was she leaving out at the end of each day? What were the things that she wasn't telling herself? These worries weighed on her, and she began to live her days in constant fear of the details she didn't know. Any surprise was not to be trusted. She began to keep herself in the house, preferring to stay inside where it was safe. She grew listless, only checking her diary in the morning and at night, filling it with the same safe phrase day after day. You stayed at home, all was well, you are safe, and you are still beautiful. A black depression seized her, and her parents brought in several doctors to examine her, but there was nothing that could be done. Sinfoy had simply given up on living her life. It was almost a relief for her on the day she opened the diary and read the very last entry. Today you are going to die. You will walk to the cliff near the Langmore Bridge and throw yourself off. You will always be beautiful. Humming, she dressed herself in the best clothing she had that still fit, bade goodbye to her parents, and walked along the road to the cliffs near the Langmore Bridge. And there she threw herself off. And as she fell, the last thought that passed through her mind was, who wrote that? Alrighty. Oh, there's an interesting outfit for you. Good Lord. So, search the location of Sinfoy. Yeah, it is Sinfoy. Of Sinfoy's suicide. So, we know it's the Langmore Bridge, which is, I think, yeah, it's way up here. Just have to choose what path I wish to take to get to it. Guess we could go through Fletcher Road. So we'll see how this goes. Oops. Wait. Okay, so I go up this way.
Precision writing instrument. Hideous things come out of the darkness to prowl and torture. Evil hands stretch forth. Evil eyes are watching. Unholy voices whisper.
So we are headed towards the bridge. Oh, that may explain why there was someone hanging here that we had to do for another quest. Because the Lang, or was that the other bridge? Yeah, because this I believe was known as the Hanging Bridge. Yeah, Hangman's Span. Could have sworn there was someone actually hanging there at one point. Let's see, does the map give any? Of course not. Why would the map tell us anything? Okay, so we're gonna go under the bridge and see if there's anything there. Oh, that's right, she didn't hang herself, she just threw herself over. Okay. Okay, so still searching. code is for a different quest. Okay. Well, let's pause and see what we're not getting. Okay, well, it's good that I came down here so that I could get that lore object, but it's the cliffs near the Langmore Bridge, not the bridge itself. So... I guess which is more cliffier? See, now this kind of sucks. I don't want to pause because I don't want to risk losing some footage because they love just throwing stuff at you. Granted, you usually get the music first, but you take advantage of that to get your crap together. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pause again. And of course I found it. The guy here should need some help. Probably a good thing. Gonna say thanks, but he ran off. While we're here, we're gonna pick up the lore object. And head on out. So we got one of the spooky stories anyway. So as soon as we get in a better spot, we will send the report. And then we'll have to figure out who else might have a story that's in Kingsmouth. I can think of probably that old lady in Blue Mountain has a story. Probably somebody from the Wabanaki has one in Savage Coast. But I want to get as many done in the area that I'm in before I go to the other areas to cut down on the back and forth. So, see where I am. Okay, so I believe we can take this road back to the sheriff's office, and we will regroup from there, and I will show you what I got for that. Momentarily. Dodge some zombies first.
What clicks? The Eversharp Chick Injector Razor, made by Eversharp, manufacturers of Eversharp Chick Injector razors and blades, and famous Eversharp precision writing instruments.
So we are almost there.
Hideous things come out of the darkness to prowl the
Should be
torture.
coming up on the spot with the... Yeah. Alrighty. So we are back at the sheriff's office. Skin report. This is an interesting variation of the Gypsy curse story. I've never heard of a version where the Gypsy is cursed, and the temporal aspects are a fair warning against the danger of paying too much attention to soothsayers. I'm taking all the fun out of it again, aren't I? Have you ever read The Lady of Shalott? Sometimes I wonder if you're the mirror I am using to avoid the curse. Never mind, good job. So for this, I got Roger's Spooky Story, some Pax Romana, and a spooky cat toy. If I assemble together 5 of these in tribute of Irusin, I'll receive a sack of Halloween rewards. Alright. So there we go. Also, before I end this Let's Play, let's just take a quick look at the... What is that thing? Lore object that I picked up while I was running around down there. And that one was about Stingy Jack, but I picked up another one. I think it was this one. Not sure now. So anyway, thanks for coming along on this Let's Play The Secret World for Halloween 2014. Please like, subscribe, tell a friend. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned, because Halloween ain't over yet.